On this show, we're running and hiding from some of the creepiest creatures on the planet as we count down our top 20 scary hairies. Holding our hands along the way, these spooktacular experts will help to reassure us that everything's okay. But which one of these terrifying beasts will be the evilest of them all on Animal Antics Scary Hairies? And we begin with the most terrifying animals known to man, chickens. Really?
3D chickens, I like it.
With these guys all huddling around the camera and taking it in turns to kind of go like that, I really want this to be underscored by a rap crew.
Can I try it? Yeah, damage.
I'm not sure that chickens do recognise themselves as self, but I think they probably can see the reflection.
You never get these sorts of problems with free range. A chicken that's allowed to roam free does not attack a GoPro.
At number 19 is a massive snake who isn't too keen on this car. Maybe he was just trying to say hello to the windscreen vipers.
The python has obviously just found the most amazing puddle, and it's like, it's my puddle. Back off.
Pythons really aren't aggressive, but if you invade their personal space, they're going to defend themselves. And as far as the python's concerned, this big Land Rover going towards it is a predator. They can strike a really long way, and of course if they do bite you, they've got 100 or 150 recurved teeth that embed into your flesh.
Pythons are very ambitious. If a python thinks it could kill a car, that's a lot of squeezing.
Here's a terrifying, scary, hairy fact for you. One of the most venomous creatures on the planet is the box jellyfish. Living off the coast of Australia, they have been responsible for the death of 76 humans over the last century. These serial killers of the sea have tentacles 550 feet long, which can easily sting and kill you in just 2 minutes. I think I'll cancel my holiday to Sydney. Our next scary hairy is coiled and ready to pounce out of the deep blue sea.
Yes.
Look at it, feasting on that helpless piece of bread.
Here he is, the puppet show the swan.
This is a mute swan, a big, one of the heaviest flying birds in the world. And this is, I think this is a male. You can tell by that knob on the top of its bill, which is quite pronounced. And it's obviously become habituated and used to being fed. And the bizarre thing is that mute swans prefer white bread to anything else because that's what they're used to being fed.
Off to the jungles of Thailand at number 17. Watch out, there's something lurking in the bushes.
I don't understand why the guy didn't move. I would just have to hear the rustling, out of frame.
The elephant nearly tramples the man, and he turns around and kind of, hey! He nearly got trampled, and he wanted a selfie.
This is how I feel. Like, have you ever seen a mouse in your apartment? And you're just like, oh my God, why am I so afraid of something that is 1/200th of my size? It's almost anticlimactic. Because you just like, you see the elephant come out of the bush and you're like, do him! And then he just does and he's like, oh God, no! Some Woody Allen character, just like backing up.
Tell you what, that elephant is not going to forget that in a hurry.
Time to take a trip to Brazil to meet Artaval Duarte, a man who's got frighteningly bad taste when it comes to fast food.
Uma tarântula.
I
like it!
We should mention that no animals were harmed in this clip, although they have been put off dentistry for life.
What is that? What is he doing? What's he putting? What is he putting in his mouth?
Who is this guy? Isn't Brazil dangerous enough? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? Frogs, tarantulas.
I don't. Ugh. Ugh. It's horrible, isn't it?
And you know what I love about it? Is that he has them in a takeaway bin. Like he was planning this whole thing. Like he has like a knife and fork on the side with a napkin. Who is this guy?
Who is that guy and why is he putting insects in his mouth?
Any animal can be scary. It's like anything can be scary, but it depends where they are. Like a snake, when you see it out in the desert and you're a while off, or you just see it on telly and it's doing that thing, you go, wow, that's an amazing animal, the snake going along. But if you find it in the toilet, that's scary.
Anything with lots of teeth, so like a crocodile.
I'd say crocodiles. I'd say hungry hippos.
Or a shark. Jaws is like my nightmare. Like it's not good in any way.
Well, koalas are so cute. But if I find one of them in my wardrobe, I'd be packing my dacks. There's a koala in the water just hanging there. Ah!
Scariest animal, gotta be the rhino. It's got a horn. That is basically a knife on its face.
Humans.
At number 15 on our countdown of scary hairies is a giraffe who isn't too keen on cyclists.
Loop je weg voor een kameelpaard?
All right, wind your neck in, mate.
You see, even giraffes hate cyclists.
Ja, loop nog weer om. Ik ga bij jou fiets eraf.
See, I would be absolutely petrified. I know that giraffes are herbivores, so they only eat leaves, trees, berries, etc., etc. I wouldn't be running through the fear that it's going to eat me, but through the fear that it's probably going to stomp me to death or sneeze all its snot on my head.
To be fair to that giraffe, that cyclist had probably just gone through a red light in front of him. You know, he deserves to be annoyed.
Next up, we have a scary character from a brand new film, Star Paws. A long time ago, in a dog kennel far, far away.
He's a cute dog. He's doing Chewy. Chewy. Yeah. Is it a Chewy Wawa? Chewy Wawa.
Are you a Wookiee?
Can you do Chewy? I'll try it. Is that Chewy? I don't know, is it? Any Star Wars fans out there?
See, I've never seen Star Wars, so I don't know what a Wookiee is, but I assume it's that man with the big black helmet. Okay.
Are you a Wookiee?
Boy, that new Star Wars movie is just a threadbare cash grab.
Britain's Got Talent. I'm not sitting on that yet. He'll do it. He's better than Pudsey. Shh.
Now, don't you just hate it when a monkey turns up unannounced at your bedroom window? This scaredy cat is certainly most unimpressed.
He reminds me of a neighbour I once had. Same way, he used to just pop his head over the fence and just watch. Just have a little look in the window and see what was going on. And not in a fun Coronation Street way where we're all friends. It was weird.
It's their territory. You know, cats and dogs are very territorial. And it's obviously a being that it's not come into contact with very often, so this cat isn't quite sure what it is.
The cat's annoyed with the monkey, the dog's annoyed with the cat, and the monkey's just sitting there sort of expert level trolling, just watching them both going, yeah, losers, you know.
It's a highly built up area, but there's a lot of other space to go to, but he's chosen right there just to stare in, just like my next door neighbour, Mr. Grundle, who eventually was locked up.
The internet can be a terrifying place, look at all these other ghoulish guys and girls who didn't quite make it into our top 20 scary hairies. Terrifying. At number 12, we head to California, where we find a marine mammal who loves to meet people face to face. Ah yes, seal, a kiss from a nose.
Well, seals are the terrible, terrible animals.
No, he's not okay. He'd been attacked by a giant sea slug. He's not okay.
I think it was just going in for a kiss, personally. I don't think seals are vicious creatures. I think it's the man's fault. He was just being a little bit wimpy. Seal was just like, I just want a kiss. And the man was like, oh, no, don't give me a kiss. That was it.
What the seal is saying is, you won't do that again, will you?
I think the guy should sue that seal. I think if he had a decent lawyer, he'd be suing that seal for everything it's got. Maybe what seals have monetary? No, maybe fish or something.
Our next scary hairy is a furry cheetah who's a fussy eater. He only consumes cameras. It's not the greatest diet in the world, but let's not focus on that for now.
Beautiful animal, beautiful shots though. Incredible that you can see it close up, its teeth, its mouth.
I think what this clip shows us is that antelopes don't taste very nice. Because if a cheetah thinks, oh, look at this GoPro, that looks tasty, that looks like a nice treat, then, you know, I think maybe we can take from this that antelopes aren't the tastiest of all meats.
I don't know who's more stupid, the cheetah eating the GoPro, or the fella stood right by it asking for it back. Lunatic.
Maybe we need a new lens.
I think you've got to put that down as a lost cause, really. They need to ring their insurance.
We've reached the halfway stage of our countdown. Let's take a look at the 10 terrifying clips that have already flown by. The foulest of foul, the pouncing python, a swooping swan, an enraged elephant, a takeaway spider, the grumpy giraffe, Chewbacca, this monkey-hating moggy, a head-butting seal, and a camera-chomping cheetah. There's a lot more still to come, so let's take a bite out of our terrifying top 10. This spooky camel obviously isn't too happy about losing his head. You can clearly see he's got the hump.
That's not a headless camel, that's a mirage. That doesn't exist.
I mean, I'm not going to say it's not weird to see a camel without a head. I'm not going to say I wouldn't film that. I'd also probably run away.
There's two different types of camel. There's a dromedary and a Bactrian camel. And if you take the first letter of their name as a capital, capital D has got one hump and a capital B has got two humps.
Dromedaries have one hump, Bactrians have two, and then there's the third kind which has one hump but no head. No head.
It's got to have a head because it wouldn't be moving otherwise, because, you know, if I didn't have a head, I wouldn't be moving.
At number 9 on our countdown is a petrifying puss who's out of this world.
Well, a little known thing about cats is cats can see the future, and that's the future of cats right there. They can just see right through your soul.
You do expect the laser beams to actually shoot right out.
If the cat's on the end of the bed right now, you might be on the way out by morning. Look out, they can see the future.
Cat's eyes on the road at night. That's how the guy invented cat's eyes.
What could be more terrifying than a snake? Well, how about a snake that can fly? Yes, in many countries across Asia, the flying snake hangs out in trees waiting for passing bats or birds. It then bursts out through the branches, captures its prey in mid-air before gliding safely back down to earth. At number 8 on our Scary Hairy rundown is the biggest cat of them all, and he's got an almighty spring in his step.
This is why I'd never go around like big cats or anything like that. Like that would petrify me. I'm a brave person, but like tigers and stuff like that, they do scare me a little bit. And those people on that truck are very brave indeed.
I was really lucky to have just come back from India to see tigers in the wild. They are huge. I mean, people kind of, unless you've seen a tiger in a zoo or in the wild, you don't realise how big they are. They are the biggest cat, much bigger than a lion. Those leaps are pretty impressive.
From one big cat to another now, this leopard in South Africa's Kruger National Park has got a real interest in this car. Looks like he's spotted a way in.
It's locked, it's locked, it's locked.
You can see why you've got to have your windows rolled up. Obviously this will get the hairs on the back of your neck standing up.
Oh my gosh, I'd be scared if that was outside my car. Leopards are so stunning, but they're so dangerous.
I'd love that to happen. I'd like a leopard to try to get into my car, as long as it didn't actually get in.
It's almost like a scene from a zombie film. You're like, how are they gonna get in? And then suddenly like, they're under the car! That's an animal that you wouldn't want coming back as a zombie.
Okay, I'm going.
Off to the zoo now for a real gorilla thriller.
That annoyed me, the fact they didn't give the silverback the respect it's due. You know, tried to kill him. He's like, ugh. Like I get attacked by silverbacks all the time. Doesn't matter to me.
Do you know what? That guy is either very, very brave or had no idea what was going on behind him. Because did you see the way that gorilla beat his chest when he flung against that window? Apparently, the same gorilla smashed a window doing that in that same place on another attempt on another day. That guy's very lucky.
15 clips have come and gone, and there are just 5 left. But which one of these scary hairies will take home the top prize? At number 5, we have rare footage of one of the most agile and dexterous hunters to ever grace the planet, poised in terrifying attack mode.
It doesn't look like he gets even anywhere near it or anywhere near the fish. I was expecting him to maybe bounce off it. No, he just kind of glides past it in hope that he could, like, I don't know, claw it, I guess.
What a leap as well. That is hilarious. I love how he or she has just thought that he can just get right into that tank and grab that fish.
I mean, this cat obviously lives in this house. He lives in this house with this fish tank. And I imagine this is a daily occurrence. And I think if you sat and watched that every single day, it would still be as funny the 20th time you saw it.
It's a very shoddy job for a cat anyway. You think it'll learn after that, hopefully.
Off to the US now, where an estate agent is about to show us around the peaceful and pleasant neighbourhood of Playa del Rey.
Here in Playa del Rey, at Del Rey Lagoon, is one of the few places.
Run away!
Firstly, the phrase goose attack is a film that needs to happen very soon.
Let's face it, there's people in this world that we just don't like. And one of them is real estate agents. So this goose is a little bit of a hero for attacking this real estate agent. I don't know if the goose is living there and feels that they're about to build a load of flats on this bit of green and he's just letting it feed its notes like, listen, come and take my house, I'm having you.
It's tough, isn't it, for geese to sound like scary? You can't really be gangster and honk at the same time.
The world's scariest animal is my grandmother, who is 85 years old, very frail, and still both could and would beat me to death with a rolling pin if I did something wrong.
Polar bears look cute like Coke. No, they're very scary, right?
I'd say chickens are pretty bad because they've got like talons, haven't they? Like...
Duck-billed platypus.
I'm terrified of horses. I don't know why. I think it's their nostrils.
It's not the animal being there, it's when it isn't there. So spiders, because if you see one in the room, you're like, oh man, you can go get a bowl and a bit of cardboard and you go back in and it's gone. That's scarier than the spider being there. So if you want to freak someone out, just go, I saw a dolphin in your lounge room before. And then all night they'll be just scared, going, no, what's gonna happen?
Top 3 time, and we hop off to Australia to check out these butt-kicking kangaroos.
They are just ripped, and they're so tough. The only thing that ruins it for them is their head, because they're like, oh yeah? And they can use their tail, they can use their legs, they can use their arms, but they're like, oh, not the face, not the face, not the face, not the face. But just like any fight, one comes in to break it up.
The third one just jumps in.
Come on, mate, all right. I'm like, stop it, Barry, it's not worth it. And then they're like, oh, fine. And then they're in the fight, and then Barry's like, nah, see you later.
They're like weirdly sort of hench.
Oh yeah, they've got guns, haven't they?
They've got proper guns.
But that's just like humans, eh? What are you looking at? That's what they're saying.
At number 2, we swim from Australia to New Zealand for a close encounter with a great white shark.
Oi! Ah!
You're going to need a bigger boat.
Oi! Oh. It wasn't clear. Were these guys fishing for a shark? That'd be great if, like, not a nibble all day. Then they're like, have you got any little boat-shaped lures?
That shark had just seen Jaws. Went, oh, yeah, seems easy enough.
What a fantastic sight that is to see a great white. Now, the reason great whites bite metal, they bite things like engines and cages, is because they give out a slight electric current, and all living things give out a slight electric current. So the shark just gets a bit confused.
Oi!
He's on an all fiberglass diet, you know.
So we finally reached our number 1 scary hairy, and it's another horrifying shark attack. Well, kind of. This is Chloe, the French bulldog, doing her best Jaws impression. Terrifying.
There is something truly horrifying about an animal inside another animal.
It's even got a little smile on its face. It's like, yeah, I'm a shark, I know.
Oh, look at it walking! That has made my day. It looks like it's walking on 2 legs, but obviously it's not, it's how the suit is. That is hilarious.
So it's Jaws, it's a dog, yeah. I've heard they're going to do a sequel to this one. It's going to be on a farm. They're going to need a bigger goat.
I don't know what's more scary. I don't know whether it's the dog dressed as a shark or the dog wearing a bikini. I'm speechless.
So congratulations to Scary Hairy Chloe, whose terrifying turn as a great white means she's got her fins on our Animal Antics #1 trophy. But don't worry, I hear her shark's worse than her bite. That's your lot, I'm afraid. It's time for us to go walkies. But don't be too upset, because we won't be gone for long. Even as I speak, somewhere in the world there's a hilarious hound, frightened feline, or misunderstood monkey with a camera pointing at it. And when they get posted online, we'll be ready to make them a star of our next show. So keep your cameras rolling, keep uploading, and who knows, one of these days your pet could be claiming the #1 spot on Animal Antics. See you next time!